Boom, 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 chickadee chanker lads and lasses. What's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little stream for you guys and gals out there. I hope you're all doing well today. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us and getting in here and waiting patiently for us to get going. All sorts of technical difficulties taking place this afternoon, but we are hopefully coming through loud and clear. Smash a one in the chat, actually. Let us know you can hear us and see us all right. Get in there and say hello. How are we all doing today? Thank you very much for joining the show. We got the latest Manchester United news to get into in this afternoon's show. Over the next hour, we will discuss the latest goings on and happenings, or lack of. So that's what we're doing today, guys. We're going to get in there raw. Thank you, everyone, for letting us know. Hello to Dean, Batman Night Fan, Gattuso, Rug Muncher, Francois, United 90. Hey, it's my nephew. It's Zach. What's going on, bro? Get in there, guys. Go and subscribe to that American guy, by the way. He is my nephew there, and he's just hit over like 1,200 subs on YouTube. He's only like 14, this kid. Get in there. He's doing bits. Shout out to this lad. Get in there, that American guy. How you doing today? Sir Jummy, Johnny, Travis is in here. Let's go. Sanjay, Legacy of Outlaws. Everyone, thanks so much for getting in here, guys. I appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Do us a favour at the start of this show, then. Smash that like button on it. Give us a massive thumbs up if you haven't done so. Hit the likes. Got a bit of a wonky looking camera today, folks. You know, that's what she said because, yeah, just some sort of stuff going on here. I can't figure it out, but it's all good. It's a perspective issue, but we'll address it very soon. But for now, we've got obviously the latest United news to get into raw, so we will keep you up to date with what's going on. As always, make sure you do give us a share around as well if you want. We've pinned the tweet to the top of the live chat. You can give us a retweet, and that way that will help spread the word of the show, and we will shout you all out later on. Everyone who does give us a cheeky little like spike in a little bit. Thank you very much. Okay then, so right, let's get stuck into it then. What's the transfer news? Good shout, Mick. We got plenty to get into. Well, I say plenty to get into. Obviously, the case with Manchester United is at the moment we are fanning around like a big-time fanny, and we haven't really done all that much, but it looks like there's a few different players we are looking at right now. One of the main ones being Jonathan Evans. That's right, Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans is being lined up to maybe sign for another year, as we've talked about. You know, he's obviously joined on a short-term deal a little while ago to help us in pre-season. And just for him as well. And it does look like Manchester United are in the process of getting Johnny Evans signed up to another year's contract, basically. So, you know, huge news there, guys. Huge news there, Jonathan Evans. He's 35. He's obviously won some stuff at Manchester United in the past. He's only be coming in a backup capacity, won't he? So just to literally help out. I mean, hopefully, what I'm hoping is that we're signing Johnny Evans potentially for a year's deal because Slabo Maguire is doing one out of the fucking football club, my friends. And Harry Maguire will be sold off to Easter Island FC. And if he is, then that's great. We can have Johnny Evans as a backup. At the moment, we've got a £200,000 a week concrete pillar of a backup who's not really worth having around the gaff at all and is pretty much just stinking up the place. So we are hoping that there's going to be some sort of movement in regards to Maguire. We'll get onto that in a minute, but at the moment it does look like Johnny Evans is being ready to maybe sign to sign a deal at Manchester United. You know, cutting edge stuff this from Manchester United. We're at the forefront of absolutely beastly transfer signings this summer, aren't we? Crikey. Goodness me, take out my eyeballs and fry them in ginger. This is unbelievable, guys. What's going on in this transfer window? It's a rubbish window so far. Johnny Evans is looking like he might be added to the ranks. So here's a report from James Ducker that just says that Man United are close to agreeing a one-year contract with Johnny Evans until the end of the season. Remains to be seen if it has any bearing on Maguire's future at the club. I don't think it has any bearing on Maguire's future, to be fair, guys. This is just a backup player who'll be coming in on the cheap. I think it gives Maguire a kick in the metaphorical ball bag, though, to say, hey, look, get your shit together and leave, because we've got somebody else coming in who's going ahead of you. So you're not, you know, you're not even in the pecking order at all. I'm pecking you, baby. You know, that's what it basically says to him. Get out of the club, Slabo, if we sign Johnny Evans. So yeah, there's still some belief maybe that we could sell Maguire. I mean, let's ask the live chat, guys. Would you sign Johnny Evans up for a one-year contract as of right now? Yes or no? Get your thoughts and opinions in and have a look at the live chat there, guys. see what people are saying. I mean, I would, because he's just as good as Maguire. He's cheap. He's been at this football club in the past and had successes at this football club in the past. A few Premier League titles, Champions League, etc. We don't need him. Of course we don't need him, but he's a decent backup in the eventuality that we can get rid of that absolute meltoid, Harry Maguire. So if we can get rid of Harry Maguire, then it's worth having around the place Johnny Evans. Yes, indeed. So, you know, that's where we'd be at, really. If we can move on Harry Maguire, then the Johnny Evans deal as a backup makes sense. Yeah, exactly, Travis. It's only if Maguire goes and another one comes in. Yeah, I think you're spot on there, really, Travis, actually. Like, if you think about what we need, if Maguire goes, we're going to need somebody who can really contend with the starting players in that back line to actually start and play regular football for us. I think that's where maybe Jean-Claire Todibo or something like that would come in terms of a link to the football club. So Jean-Claire Todibo is obviously wanted by Manchester United and Ten Hag by the seams of it as well, OG Nice player. And there is some beliefs that maybe we can get a deal done for Todibo soon. I mean, I don't think that there's much going on there in regards to the Todibo situation. It's very much dependent on us getting rid of Harry Maguire. But there are reports coming out from France that suggest that Nice expect Man United to sign Jean-Claire Todibo before the end of the transfer window. Speculation obviously cooled last week after Maguire switched to West Ham fell through. So I don't think we will be signing Jean-Claire Todibo unless Maguire goes. Maguire going, I guess, is still a possibility between now and the end of the window. He's going to have to change his ambitions and just realise that he is absolutely a second-rate melter and would be lucky to play for a club like West Ham, to be honest. So I've just been, you know, keeping the belief that hopefully we'll have the message sent loud and clear to Harry Maguire that he's no longer needed at this football club and that it's time for him to do one. And if he's not going to get any opportunities, he might change his mind and perhaps want to leave. But you've still got to hope that a team like West Ham would actually still want him. We know that they wanted Scott McTominay at one point and they changed their goalposts there once we asked for too much money. Now that Maguire's paid them off, perhaps they would, you know, not be interested in him anymore. Are there other clubs out there that are interested in Harry Maguire? Is there a club that's interested in Harry Maguire that Harry Maguire's interested in? Because he kind of holds all the cards at the moment, and each one of them is a joker, because he's a fucking joker of a player. But he does hold all the cards because he's got a contract which United sort of have to honour if he doesn't want to go anywhere. So we are kind of stuck with him at the moment, but I don't think we're going to go sign Jean-Claire Todibo unless Harry Maguire does piss off, obviously. At the moment, it's not looking that likely. I give it about a 20% chance that Slabbo Maguire actually does leave Manchester United at this stage. We'll see, but certainly, you know, he's wanted by a couple of different teams, but does Harry Maguire want those different teams? That's a big question. So Johnny Evans coming in on a one-year deal, potentially will hopefully give Maguire the kick up the ball bag that he needs to realise that he is 7th choice centre-back at the football club, and it's time to do one. Obviously, United have got Varane, we've got Martinez, we've got Lindelof, we've got players like Luke Shaw who can play there, Johnny Evans if he comes in. So he's 6th, 7th choice centre-back at this football club now, so he's got to realise that if he wants to play for Southgate's Melters next summer in the European Championships, then he's going to have to play somewhere else regularly. So let's just hope that Maguire can be moved on, but I don't think he will. I'll ask the live chat again very quickly. Do you think Maguire will stay at Manchester United this summer? Smash a 1 in the chat if you think he will stay. Smash a 2 in the chat if you think he will go. Let's see your thoughts. But for me personally, I do think we'll probably end up keeping the guy because he's not going to want to go anywhere because he's a big-time Charlie who's a Billy Big Bollocks and thinks that he's got, you know, the right to play for a huge club like Manchester United and doesn't seem to want to lower his expectations there at all and go and play for a mid-table side, which is what he actually is a complete mid-table melter of a man. Yeah, no one wants him, says United 90. Well, that's not strictly true. There's teams that want him. It's just that he doesn't want to go to the teams that want him. And West Ham's actually a good team for Slabbo Maguire. Everton would be a good team for Slabbo Maguire. You know, Kettering Town would be a good team for Slabbo Maguire. Bohemians in Ireland would be a good team for Harry Maguire. Hibernian would be a good team for Harry Maguire. Isle of Wight FC would be a good team for Harry Maguire, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Well, of course they would. Any shit team basically would be a good place for Slabbo Maguire to go to. He's not a top tier player. Let's hope that somebody comes in for him, Kettering Town, exactly United 90, yeah. Let's hope that somebody comes in for him. I hear Gran Canaria are interested in him. You know what I mean? Let's hope that Gran Canaria FC or Las Palmas or whatever the fuck they're called are interested in him. And then he could do one, obviously. But in terms of, like, yeah, are we going to be keeping Harry Maguire? The outlook's not looking good at the moment. It's looking like we are going to be keeping him. Very, very disappointing. So, as I've mentioned, there is reports that there's realistically not expected to be a move for Slabo Maguire. This is from Samuel Luckhurst, who says that Man United do not anticipate any movement on Harry Maguire after a £30 million move to West Ham collapsed. Maguire rejected United's offer of £6 million payoff and is understood to have wanted around double that. If that is the case, then we should be, let's face it, pretty much protesting Slabo Maguire at this football club. Because it's not like he's just here as a prisoner or anything, like at Mykonos FC. No, he's absolutely got the choice to leave, but he's just quite happy to sit around, picking his arse, and getting paid £200,000 a week to do so, and not even play any football, it seems like, going forward. I know Ten Hag has obviously said in regards to Maguire that he sort of wants this guy around, or he'd be happy to keep this guy around for squad depth and as a squad player, and United need a lot of players in the squad. But we all know that's realistically not true, because we accepted a £30 million offer from West Ham, so we'd rather have £30 million than Slabo Maguire. But it doesn't seem like he wants to go anywhere. Maybe he asked for too much money. There's some reports there, like from Samuel Luckhurst, that says that he wanted a £12 million payoff to leave, which means that if you're only getting £30 million from West Ham, then, crikey, you're only going to end up with 18 million for a player like Harry Maguire, who is a homegrown England international, you know, first choice in the England setup kind of player. And that's just obviously not worth selling, to be fair. I mean, I still would sell him for that. But I can understand Manchester United being reluctant to pay him £12 million out when we're only getting 30 million from West Ham. But if that's the case, I would imagine that Maguire would be prepared to take a bit less than that, obviously, just to do one. But it seems like he wants to stay. Very, very disconcerting. By the way, we got 200 legends in here. I'll just take a second to remind you to smash that like button, guys. Give us a massive thumbs up on the video if you're just joining us and getting in the stream. It does help the channel out. Gives us a boost up on there on the old algorithm. So twatteth the liketh buttoneth, please. And give us a share around on the social media-eth as well. Hit the cheeky little retweet at the top of the live chat there. Give us a share. Smash the like. Smash the subscribe. Get yourself in there and say hello and have your say. You do need to be subscribed to chat in the live chat with this community of legends. Big Q&A coming at the end of this stream as well, after we talked about all the latest guff and news, and it is an interactive show, so we'll be getting in and out the live chat throughout. But yeah, please do smash a like, hit the subscribe, and get involved. Okay, so, you know, doesn't look like we are realistically going to sell Harry Maguire. Looks like we're stuck with a melter, like a lingering stench in the toilet bowl of humanity, this guy. We have sold a player, though, guys. We have been able to sell a player. Yeah, another piece of fantastic Manchester United news. Another piece of absolute wheeler-dealering going on here. You know, Manchester United setting our stall out, being able to sell players for huge amounts of money and really doing fantastic business, guys. Let's talk about this, you know. Man United are absolutely selling players like a beast. You know what I mean? We are absolutely awesome at getting top money for players, aren't we? Noam Emeran. Yeah? Noam Emeran. Had a decent pre-season, looked pretty decent in pre-season. Yeah, he's 22, probably doesn't really have a future in United's first team. We got £1 million for the guy. What the fuck is the matter with Manchester United, guys, where we can only get bloody £1 million for some decent young players? Crikey. Zidane Iqbal, 700k. Noam Emeran, £1 million. Are you taking the absolute urine? Man United will receive €1 million, total package for Noam Emeran, who has now joined Groningen on a permanent deal today. There's also significant sell-on clause included in the deal. Ooh, significant sell-on clause. Well, that makes it all right then, doesn't it? What is happening here, guys? €1 million? Are we taking the piss? Why even bother? Why even bother? Might as well just keep him around as a body. €1 million? What is the point in that? I don't understand that, guys. What is that all about? Very, very disappointing news that we've sold a decent player. You look pretty good in pre-season, I thought. Let me ask the live chat, guys. Would you have sold Noam Emeran for €1 million? Yes or no? Would you have sold? That's about how much the shitter cost in the ladies' facilities this summer. Goodness me! And we're you know, And we let me go for €1 million. I mean, why the hell would we let him go? Might as well just loan him out, see how he does, get him some game time, get him opportunities. Okay, he's not going to play at United. But €1 million, I don't understand the point of selling him for that. He looked pretty decent in pre-season to me. I was actually quite impressed by him. Yeah, okay, he's 22, he's not 17. But, crikey, that's not a lot of money at all. You might as well just not bother. Or loan him out with a, see how he does for a season. It's quite bizarre, isn't it? Gattuso says loan. Yep, Malps, it gets worse and worse every season. Yeah, he is 22. That's what I just said, Leonardo. He's 22, I get that. But I've always said, and I maintain that players flourish at different times in their career. Some players are fantastic at 18. Some other players take until they're 25 to really hit it and start doing the business on a regular basis. Other players, 23, 22. I think he looked pretty decent in pre-season, actually. And I think for the price, €1 million is very much a cheap deal for Groningen. I don't think we've got a lot of cash there for him. Would have been maybe more appropriate to loan him out, but okay, fair enough. We got some money. What's the point? Doesn't make any sense. It's a bizarre transfer. Yeah, football decisions are criminal. Rajat says we're incompetent, and it's sad. It is quite a shame when we've got these talents that we're producing and we can't even get any money for them. Outrageous. Brandon Williams on loan too, says Mr. GJ Fun. Yeah, so actually, if we're going to sell any player, it should have been, I guess, Brandon Williams for €5 to €10 million or something like that. But we couldn't even sell the guy. He's out on loan, and we're incapable of doing actual transfer dealings. So we can either loan players that should be sold, or we either sell players for far too little, or we can't sell players such as Slavy Maguire and Scott McTominay and players like this. So it is very much a joke at the moment what's happening, not just in terms of recruitment. We've got big problems in certain areas. We still need 3 players, in my opinion, between now and the end of the window. But also just the inability to get rid of players is apparent at Man United. What a joke. We're having a mare right now. And to get any decent money is hard for us. Yeah, €1 million. €1 million for Noah Memaran. Okay, I don't think he's worth a lot of money. But surely we can get €5 million for the guy. Crikey, you see what other teams pay for, young players, players that are, developed at a big club like Manchester United. They might not be able to break into the first team, but they go on and they go to a lesser club. And often you would expect to get, this isn't 1976, guys. €1 million is chump change in the modern game. Okay, Man United may have a significant sell-on percentage. Crikey, what's he going to go for in a few years' time? We'll get a small percentage of that, and I don't think it'll be hardly anything at all. So it's a poor piece of business by United, but we have sold a player. Noah Memaran has been sold to Groningen. There you go. That is a done and dusted situation. Nice one, I suppose. Joke deal. Absolute joke deal for Manchester United. Exactly. We paid 90 million for Anthony. Exactly. We pay a lot of money for players, and we sell players for very much little amounts of money. Benjamin says, I kind of understand why we accepted it from Groningen. They've just been relegated from the Eredivisie, and he could get regular game time in Netherlands as a good breeding ground. Okay, but it's not a loan, and from what I understand, we don't have a buyback clause. It's just a case of having a sell-on percentage. So it's bizarre. It's bizarre if you ask me. But fair enough. Look, if they've put a bid in, and we've got a player who's sat there who's never going to play for Manchester United, then I guess €1 million is better than a kick in the anus. But, only marginally. Only marginally, in my humble opinion. So, okay then, guys. So we sold him. Let's move on to the next piece of transfer dealings of a player that we are maybe getting rid of, which is Dino Henderson. Dean Henderson is obviously wanted by a couple of different teams. We heard the links to Crystal Palace. And it does look like maybe Sheffield United are exploring the possibility of bringing back Dean Henderson on loan. Goodness me. We are loan FC. We can only seem to loan players out, can't we, a lot of the time, or we get absolute chump change money for these players when we do eventually end up selling them. But obviously teams interested in Dean Henderson, but nobody willing to pay a transfer fee of 15 million or even 12 million and pay his astronomical wages of £130,000 a week. So maybe there's some clubs that for 1 year will loan him, pay his wages or pay a high percentage of his wages, and take him on, and that does get him off of our books, and it saves us a couple of £1 million for the year. But it's not ideal, is it? We want to try and get rid of this guy on a permanent transfer, bring in some cash, generate some money to be able to reinvest in other players. It is a shambles. And that's the sort of situation that Manchester United's in at the moment. It does look like we have to sell to buy. So we are hoping that we can still go and get a couple of other players this summer. Let's get into that now. So, okay, we're talking about players that are potentially going out or not going out. McTominay and Maguire not looking that likely at the moment. Henderson possibly a loan. Brando Williams just been loaned out. Emran's just been sold for €1 million. One or two others that could depart by, there's one or two others. But there's players we need to sign at Manchester United, and at the moment we're having a joke when we're trying to acquire players. Chris Barker, thank you for your highlighted member comment here, Chris lad. He says, all par for the United course. We suck worse than a dumped ex-girlfriend. This season's going to suck harder than the girlfriend you keep. One love. Chris Parker, nice one, mate. Thank you for being a member for 4 months. You got away with words there, sir. Thank you so much for being a member for 4 months of the Bacon and Egg Brigade. Can we get a #4 in there for this guy? Thank you very much, Mr. Barker. I appreciate that. Maybe, I mean, look, we've got to try and remain reasonably optimistic about this season. But it's not started well, and the summer transfer window has left us feeling very much insecure about how we are going in to approach the rest of this season. We still need to sign players, as I was just saying, really. It's all good getting rid of players, but we actually do need to reinvest and sign players and bring a couple in. So at this moment in time, there's a few players linked. We've talked about the need for Man United to bring in a number 9. Potentially as well, that could happen, I guess, if Mason Greenwood does leave. Mason Green was wanted by a few different clubs around Europe and maybe Saudi Arabia as well, by all accounts. So we'll see what materialises there. But certainly we need to go and buy a forward player. Well, there are some speculative reports coming out today that we are getting ready to maybe hijack Roma's bid or Roma's transfer for Marcos Leonardo, who is that Brazilian striker that's been linked to us from Santos. And he does look like a good player. He's only 20. He's got some reasonably impressive goal stats and things like that over in the Brazilian Serie A, over in the Brazilian league. So he's obviously a good young player, and it's somebody that we should take a punt on. Would you sign Marcos Leonardo for €25 million, guys? Yes or no? Get your thoughts in there. I mean, it's a no-brainer, really, if you ask me. It's just another option up there. It's another good player he's a bit of a punt. Sure, he might not go on and be the player that you want, but he actually might. He looks very decent. He's not a lot of money. His stats are reasonably impressive. I mean, let's have a look at some of the reports that are coming out, but it is reasonably speculative stuff at the moment, as I say. But it does look like maybe United are ready to outbid Roma for Brazilian striker Marcos Leonardo. So Roma understandably interested in him. That's also a reasonable indicator of the sort of skills and abilities that he has. If Jose's coveting him, he must be a reasonably good young talent. Look, don't watch the Brazilian league, but it's a good standard league. And obviously, he looks good. If you look at clips and stuff, he looks like a very skilled player. He looks like a good finisher. So I think we could do a lot worse for our money, i.e. Slabo Maguire for 80 million. Hey, Zaid Miyasi, thank you for getting in here with a $9.99 super chat. What's going on? Get a super chat emoji in there for him. Cheers for that, Zayn. He says Benzema could be on the move. Imagine if we get him for the United visit. Break our wage structure like budget of Avatar, but we'll be worth it like the film. You what? What are you talking about, mate? Zamiassi, what are you on about, bud? Benzema's just fucked off to Saudi Arabia, lad. He's getting a couple €100 million a year. You think he's going to leave that gravy train and go and play for the fucking shithouses? Come on, lad. You're talking absolute nonsense there, mate. Benzema on the move. What, have I missed something? Have I missed something? What's going on there? Have we woken up in an alternate reality where teams actually want, players actually want to go and play for gash teams like Arsenal Hojlund's? Crikey. That's outrageous, Samiassi. I don't even know where to begin on that one. It's just sheer delusions from you there, sir. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Arsenal signed a lot of players in recent times. Managed to get Declan Rice for 105 million. Probably paying an absolute fortune in wages. But Benzema, no, don't see it at all. Anyway, that's quite bizarre from Samiassi there. Imagine if we get him for the United visit. What are you on about? Break our wage structure like the budget of Avatar. You're off your head, mate. You're off your head anyway. Thank you for that, Samiassi. I appreciate you. Don't really know how to respond to that other than to say, you are wrong, sir. You are wrong. But thank you very much for getting in there. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat, lad. You what? By the way, 242 legends in it. Can we get 200 likes on this stream today in this afternoon show? Drop a little like on the video. We've just hit 100 likes. We need 98 more, guys, to get to 200. So take a second to give us a like spike. Hit the likes and also get yourself in there and say hello and have your say. United will suffer this year. It's so sad, says Sharkles. Yeah, crazy. I mean, to be fair, if Benzema was available and money wasn't an object, then look, that's who Manchester United should get. In all fairness, Arsenal, not so much, but Manchester United, crikey, I mean, Benzema is still, based on the last season anyway, still one of the absolute best goal scorers in the world. So look, yeah, okay, but in terms of wages, in terms of how much it would cost, I just don't think it would be actually realistic for anybody to go and get him right now. Yes, I'll get in there. That's awesome. I will do Sing Games. Thank you so much, you absolute hero. That's beautiful, lad. Get in there, Mr. Sing Games. Thank you so much. What a hero. Helping me out with the graphics, helping me out with the technology. You're a fucking legend, dude. It is cooler today, mate. Yes, indeed, it is. It is. Okay, right. So let's continue. Where was I? We're talking about signing new players. Leonardo looks like he could potentially be a forward target for United at this moment in time. Reports coming out that we could potentially hijack this deal from Roma. So this is from Gazzetta in Italy that says that United are trying to hijack Roma's move for Santos striker Marcus Leonardo. United are ready to submit a higher bid than Roma's 20 million euros, plus 5 million euros in add-ons. So yeah, 25 million euros is a decent sort of a fee for a good young prospect these days. It's quite a lot, I guess, for someone who's a relative unknown. If we have a look at his statistics over in the Brazilian league, let's just have a little look at this, and you can obviously make your own mind up. And you've got to look at clips and videos. I mean, I don't watch the Brazilian league, got no idea how he actually looks over a 90-minute course of a game. But in terms of clips, he looks like a good player. Man United obviously linked with him at this moment. He's had 32 appearances, 16 goals, and a couple of assists. Stats in 2023. Pretty decent for a 20-year-old player, obviously. Could be a very decent signing. I don't think it is a panic buy, to be fair, Italy United, this particular one. It seems like a player that's obviously priced very low. But look, obviously, take it with a pinch of salt. You know how Manchester United operate. There are reports that would potentially be hijacking it, but we haven't bid yet. We've been talking about Sofyan Amrabat coming in for a few weeks. We haven't bid yet. So, you know, you have to take these links with a pinch of salt. And United probably would go and get a forward player like Marcus Leonardo if Mason Greenwood goes. But you know what United are like. We're not realistically going to spend loads of money right now unless we can sell players to bring the money in. We probably won't even go and get Amrabat unless we can sell Donny or McTominay. We probably won't go and get Jean-Claude Todibo unless we can sell Maguire. And there's question marks over whether or not we can go and get somebody like Marcus Leonardo unless we sell Mason Greenwood. So, crikey, guys, I mean, it's so frustrating at the minute. It really is. I mean, we are looking very poor at the start of this summer, or the start of the season. The window's been pretty gash-tastic so far as well in terms of the players we've brought in. We've got an injured Rasmus Hojlund. Just an update on Rasmus as well, that, you know, he's not expected to be back at all before the international break, which is very, very disappointing. Zamiasi says, Piggy, 100 bet that Nketiah scores this weekend and Hojlund doesn't. Well, as I just mentioned, there is a belief that Hojlund may not feature this weekend, but he might be back after the international break. So, yeah, I'm really going to take a bet about something, you know, that I've just mentioned, where this player might not even be playing for us against Forest, mate. That makes sense, doesn't it, mate? Arsenal logic right there, bud. Arsenal logic. You really think I'm going to take a bet when this player might not even be playing for us, especially with Zayn the Welcher Miyasi? You know what I mean? You think I'm going to take this bet, bud? Absolutely not. We've already got a bet on anywhere over the course of the season about who scores more Premier League goals, Nketiah or Hojlund. You were stupid enough to come in here the other day and suggest that, mate. And so, you know, we've already got one on, mate. You know what I mean? Don't need to worry too much about this stuff right now, bud. I'm not going to make any more bets with the Welcher anyway, mate. You know what I mean? If you were a female actress from back in the day, you'd be Raquel Welch, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Not because you're fit, because you're a Welcher lad. There you go. Anyway, Zane, thank you very much for getting in here raw, bro. I'm only joking. You're a big supporter of this channel. In all seriousness, big shout out to Zane Yassi. He's always coming in here dropping these $9.99 love bombs in here. Okay, he does talk absolute gobshite with most of these comments that he puts in here. Sometimes he comes in with an actual legit comment. Most of the time he's talking bollocks about Titanic manuscripts or fucking James Cameron's fart in a jar or whatever the hell else he's bought. But a lot of time, you know, he does support the channel, and he does you know, bring a lot of entertainment to the show as well. So I just have to give a bit of props to Zane Yassi there for being a big supporter of this channel. Shout out to Zane. Yeah, I think he must be Ravens Mansand, mate. I think he must be, bro. He's literally purchasing like movie props from the movie Titanic and shit like that, bud. You know, so yeah, I'm pretty sure he's rich beyond our wildest dreams, mate. Yeah, he's coming in here dropping super chats like they're going out of fashion all the time, and on other channels as well. You know, that's it. Exactly. Sin Game says if Zane was in my taxi talking shite, I'd take the long way round on the meter. Get in there, my son. You shouldn't admit that, lad. It's the Ulster. What's happening, Ulf 793? Hope you're doing good. Zane's movie promotions next level. True, he's on the take from Jimmy Cameron. Oh, that's something that I know, definitely, yeah. He is. He's like a hype man for James Cameron, isn't he, this guy? Hypes him up all the time. It's a disgrace and a nonsense. Anyway, thank you for that, Zane. Appreciate it. Right, let's just cover the latest sort of bits and bobs that we've got. As I mentioned, the Hojlund situation there. I mean, there are reports now coming out that Hojlund's not expected to be back before the international break. So this is via Samuel Luckhurst that just says that new Rasmus Hojlund's debut may be delayed until after the September internationals. I sort of felt like he wouldn't be back before then anyway. I guess there's still a small possibility that this guy does feature for Manchester United in some way against Nottingham Forest this weekend. What do you think, guys? Yes or no? Will Hojlund be featuring for us, even if it's just a few minutes at the end? Yes or no? What do you think? I still don't think so, but you never know. He could get some minutes. He could get 20 minutes. He could be introduced into the side and get a few minutes, but only if he's ready. Get your thoughts in there. G-Wolf, how you doing, mate? Not too shabby, mate. Thanks for getting in. How are you today, bro? Nas says yo. He says yes. United says no. Jonathan says no. He'll play 45, says Rajat. No, says Dean. Yes, says Top Dog and Vincent Bullock. Nope, says Finksoo. Yes, says the Wolster. No, says Alan. Yes, says Uncaged. I don't think so either, Travis, but I hope I'm wrong. Hopefully he does feature, because we certainly need him. Yeah, I think you're right there, Ryan. Tony Martial is going to be the guy that comes in and does the job for us, I think, on the weekend. Rashford is just not a good enough number 9. To be fair, if Ten Hag starts with Rashford at number 9, he wants his bloody head testing, because Rashford's looked proper Gashford at the top there for us over the last few games. Just isn't a number 9. He's a great winger, but he's not an out-and-out number 9. Neither is Tony Martial, actually, but I think he's had longer there to adapt, and he's a better finisher, and just he does have the potential to have a really good game at number 9. So, and he leads the line a lot better than Rashford, to be fair. So yeah, I guess Martial's got to come in and play striker for us at the weekend, but it's still not enough. Rasmus Hojlund, we can't wait till he's fit and ready to play for us, obviously. We've got a new signing, £72 million, but we haven't actually got the new signing in the team yet. Very frustrating situation. So hopefully we are going in for this Marcus Leonardo guy at some point to maybe help us, you know, to give us more options at the top there, because Sancho, Martial, Rashford, these guys aren't enough to back up Rasmus Hojlund at number 9. But as long as Rasmus Hojlund hits the ground running and gets into the side and stays fit, we should be okay up the top there. We should be okay. Play Martial, 9, Rashford left, McTominay, Cass and Bruno. Ooh, McTominay, yeah. Well, that's it. That's what we're stuck with right now is Scotty McShotbag in the middle, because Mason Mount's injured. So it does look like what you've said there is probably the likely midfield three will be McTominay, Cass and Bruno, which is depressing, isn't it? But it can't be any worse than the last couple of performances, I suppose, with that midfield three of Cassie, Mount and Bruno. It can't really do any worse than that. So, yeah, although be careful what you wish for. Goodness knows when, Mark N. Hopefully soon, bro. Hopefully soon. China? You mean Saudi Arabia, do you? I don't know. Hopefully he gets sold somewhere soon, lad. That'd be very decent. Absolutely. Right, okay, I'm just going to check out some of the latest bits of informazione that's coming out. Do bear with me, una momento. And we will get into the live chat for a Q&A very shortly, guys. It's slow news at the moment from Manchester United. Obviously, Johnny Evans, 1-year deal imminent by the seams of it. Doesn't look like there's going to be a move for Maguire and McTominay at this stage, but there's still a week left of the window. Anything can happen. Todibo could be coming if Maguire goes. Amrabat, we're still waiting to see if there's any movement from United's side of a bid for Fiorentina's player, Sofyan Amrabat, who isn't training with the side. We know that at the moment United are in pole position to sign Sofyan Amrabat, but what does that really mean? We still have to go and bid for him and actually try to bring him into the football club. So no guarantees at the moment for anybody, and maybe it does hinge on us selling players first. Crystal Palace are yet to make a breakthrough on the Dean Henderson talks. It's now known that Sheffield United might be interested in bringing him in a loan capacity as well. So also we are in talks for this 16-year-old Croatian star. I don't know if you've heard about this. Look, obviously, I don't think it's going to be a player for right now, but his name's Dino Klapija, and apparently United and RB Leipzig are going head-to-head for the services of the 16-year-old Croatian star Dino Klapija. He was born in the United States, applied his trade for New York City FC Academy before moving to Dynamo Zagreb in March. He left Zagreb after a few months to join Kustosija, where he's yet to make his first-team breakthrough, but he's earned the plaudits of showing great prospects at youth level. Nice one. Okay, so that's the sort of players we're looking at right now. Look, okay, it's a good young player. I'm not going to talk too much about this. Obviously, we are linked to this 16-year-old. That's cool. He probably is good, but let's face it, it's not going to change anything right now. But according to Fabrizio Romano, the Croatian attacker will depart his current club soon, and Manchester United are interested in bringing him in. So he states that both United and RB Leipzig are in direct negotiations over a deal for Klapija, who's expected to make a decision on his future very soon. Both sides are obviously trying to wrap up the deal at this minute in time, but he could remain at Kustosija on loan even after a deal's done before joining up with his new team in January or even at the end of the season, because he's so young and he's not going to get any game time, really. I guess he could be a backup if he's really that good. I mean, we've seen some 16-year-olds who are really good in the past that can get in the side. You know, Wayne Rooney, when he was at Everton when he was 16, was actually pretty decent, you know, let's be honest. But it's very rare that it's very unlikely that he'd be ready for us at this moment. We've been priced out of moves this summer for forwards like Osimhen, Muani, Gonçalo Ramos, Harry Kane, all of these players that we could have gone and got. So it looks like we're turning our attentions to Marcos Leonardo or this guy Klapija, mate. I mean, what the fuck's going on with our football club, guys? It's an absolute disgrace and a nonsense. Absolute joke. Anyway, so, you know, okay, it's better than a kick in the anus, I suppose, but we are linked to him. Right, also Mason Greenwood's unlikely to be moving to Saudi Arabia. Various reports suggest that he probably won't be going due to various clubs having reservations about a public backlash that would be received getting Mason Greenwood in. I mean, surely that's the case for anywhere. So Al Titi are one of the teams that apparently linked to him, but Steven Gerrard said obviously it was fake news. There's some clubs over in Saudi Arabia linked to him, but apparently wherever he goes, he's going to get a backlash. That's the reality. You know, he's going to get backlash wherever he goes. Unless there's a team out there called Woman Beater FC, then he's not really, he's going to get backlash wherever he goes. So I don't think we can, I don't know if we can even expect to sell Mason Greenwood before the end of the window. Do you think Mason Greenwood will be sold? Do you think we'll sell him or keep him, guys? Let us know. Will we sell him? Yes or no? Ugh, goodness knows. Goodness knows. Also, there are some suggestions that Mason Mount could be out for as long as 6 weeks, guys. 6 weeks with a hamstring injury. Things just keep getting worse and worse over here. Also, Rafael Varane has seemingly ruled out a move to Saudi Arabia with a social media post. I mean, I don't think he was going there anyway, but he did just post, you know, recently with kissing the badge. He obviously loves Manchester United. I very much doubt that he's going to Saudi Arabia anyway. Just doesn't make sense for him at this moment. Maybe in a couple of years' time, but right now he's still a Manchester United player. United's a huge club. Just doesn't add up. So, okay, that's pretty much the latest sort of goings on. I mean, maybe we can sign 2 players before the transfer deadline finishes, guys. Sofyan Amrabat seems like the most likely player to come in. We need a midfielder. Obviously, we've had real issues at the start of this season. Mason Mount's now injured, potentially a couple of weeks, but also maybe even up to 6 weeks that this guy could be out. And if that's true, we should absolutely be looking to bring in Sofyan Amrabat. Johnny Evans is close to being wrapped up as well. We're in discussions with him over a potential 1-year contract. So that does look seemingly quite likely as well. That's not enough, though. It's really not enough. We need a heck of a lot more. But based on players going, that might be what determines who else comes in. So Donny's still possibly going. I guess McTominay, I guess Maguire are players that could also be going. Eric Bailly could also still depart Manchester United. Dean Henderson could also still depart Manchester United. So if we can get some transfer dealings done with players outgoing, then you might see 1 or 2 more players coming in. Also, Fenerbahce's Altay Bayender he seems like he'd be a target for us as a backup player. He conducted a medical a couple of days ago, and I haven't heard too much about what's happening since then, but apparently we got the option to bring him in for €5 million. Again, it's just meaningless. It's meaningless stuff from Manchester United right now. It doesn't help our first team at all. Anyway, that's pretty much the latest United news, guys, and bits and bobs of info that's coming out. Yeah, we might be looking to hijack Marcus Leonardo. It also might just be bollocks, and maybe it's hinging on whether or not Mason Greenwood is sold before we get another striker. I'm going to get into the live chat now for a Q&A, folks. Thanks to everybody who's heard me talk shite for the last 40 minutes or however long we've been going on. Do us a favor now before we get into the Q&A. Smash the like button on this video. Give us a massive like. Help us get to 200 thumbs ups. Share it around on the social medias wherever you're at, and you can click the link at the top of the live chat, which I'm going to go and shout out everyone who's retweeted the post in a second. So do give us a share. Smash the subscribe button if it's your first time here on the channel. Get yourself subscribed. We're on here daily, and we'll be back on at 10 PM with the latest United news and any breaking news. Tomorrow we'll more than likely do a preview of the game of the weekend, the Nottingham Forest game, and we just cover all the latest news over on this channel, guys, in a no bullshit way. So get yourself involved, subscribe, like, and share. Time to go over to Twitter and shout everyone out. Big love to everyone who's done this. We've got 14 reposts over there on Twitter. Big love to you all. Guy Am Legend, thank you very much for reposting the stream there, my son. I appreciate it. Also, Sanjay Ramatar, Rug Muncher 007, Francois Koch, CZ Bam, Stefan Braun or Stephen Braun, Salman Koja, the Mario 55 Eric, Uncaged Squid, United Mark, J United in Gaming, Leighton Mills, Kane, and Kieran Watts. Thank you very much indeed, all you legends, for retweeting us over there. That is very, very kind. Appreciate it. It does help the channel out. Every little helps, so thank you so much. Let's get stuck into the live chat for a little bit then, and see what you legends are saying about anything we've discussed in this vid. Have your say. Get your thoughts and opinions in there now. Now's the time. Okay, let's be having you. Mark says, as soon as Mason Greenwood bags 25 goals for whichever team he goes to, United fans will cry to bring him back. Not if he's doing it for Wormwood Scrubs FC, bro. Parkhurst United. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a team's actually got to buy him first. And as we were just talking about a few minutes ago, there may well be a big backlash from whichever team goes and gets him. And even the mere rumblings of a team being prepared to buy Mason Greenwood from Manchester United might create a backlash from their fan base, which puts them off actually completing a deal for Mason Greenwood. So I do think that Mason Greenwood can be sold because he's a great player and he represents a fantastic prospect and fantastic value deal for a potential team out there who might want to take him on because of the stigma that's attached to him and his reputation being so tarnished. You can actually get a world-class player who's only 21 for like not very much money right now. So it is actually, it is actually a very good possibility that there is a club out there that wants him, but still, I think it's probably difficult to assume that it's going to happen. Maybe knick-knack, plastic surgery, witness relocation, or not witness relocation, but, relocation going on there. Who knows? I think he just needs to go lie low, play in a different league abroad, and that way he can, maybe get this behind him. In a couple of years' time, if, like, Mark's right in a sense, if he goes and plays for a football club and just gets his head down and plays football and rides the wave of hatred that is coming his way, if he rides that wave and he gets his head down and plays football somewhere, doesn't matter where it is, anywhere, in a couple of years' time, it won't be so prominent. People won't be talking about this. It will have moved on. So, yes, that's what he needs to do, particularly as he's in a relationship with, the alleged victim still, and he's had a child, and the longer they're together, the less, obviously, that this is going to be talked about. should go apply for something like Solihull Moors when I don't have a lot of people coming, less boozing, says Vince. But are you pissed up right now, Vince? And what are you talking about, mate? He might as well get on with his relocation. Don't let Rachel Riley find him. I'm very angry, Billy. No, I must admit, I think that we've got to do what we can to get Maguire out. Hashtag Maguire out. Look, obviously, Glazers out is the most important protest that you can make right now, but we should also be protesting Harry Maguire turning down a £6 million payoff and refusing to move to West Ham because he is the master of his own destiny right now. And his destiny looks like sat on the bench getting paid 200 grand a week right now, being a complete shithouse. So I couldn't agree more that, you know, we've got to try and convince him to go as fans, but also Ten Hag and the staff need to do that as well and just make it clear to him that he's not wanted, he's not going to play. Facts remain he's better than Rashford could ever be, says Mark N. That's not really fact, though, is it? I mean, you say that's a fact. That's your opinion. And actually, okay, I kind of tend to agree that at his age, when he was 19, comparing to 19-year-old Rashford, he does look a lot better and has much more natural ability. But has he ever scored 30 goals in a season for us? No. Rashford did last year. Okay, he is 4 years older than him, but that's not fact, is it? Yeah. Garnacho has to come from the bench. Yeah, probably right, actually. I think we've got to move Rashford out to the wide left for the game against Nottingham Forest, play Martial up top, and Garnacho coming off the bench. I have to agree with you there. You wish the transfer window was like it was in the 90s, where it never closes, it's always open all year round, 24 hours. I mean, that would be cool, Ray. I mean, I understand why there is a transfer window, though, because of disruption throughout the season. I kind of like it. I must admit, I do like the fact that there's 2 transfer windows, because I don't like the idea of losing your player mid-season if somebody comes in. But it is cool to be able to go and buy a player like that, of course. But it swings and roundabouts. I kind of like the fact that there's transfer windows. You think Pelistri must start? To be fair, Anthony's not looked that great. Sancho's not looked that great. Pelistri has looked good. So in terms of who's actually deserving of an opportunity, maybe Pelistri does make a bit of sense. And that's a great shout, Nick Nack. I'm totally with you there, bud. What a great idea from Nick Nack. Smash a 1 if you agree with him. I think there should be transfer windows for managers too. Yes, that's such a great call. Yeah, either in January or even in the summer. That's such a good idea, mate. Because it's so harsh when you see a manager given a job and then they get sacked off after a few games, or, you know, it's not like, I completely agree with you, actually. It does make a heck of a lot of sense to have a transfer window for managers as well. Yeah, I don't read caps lock stuff out. G-Wolf's right. Don't shout in my live chat. Rashford will never do that again, Piggy, and you will see I'm not against him anyway. Well, there you go, exactly, Charcoals, lad. But I don't know. I don't know, actually. Oh, you say he'll never do that. I don't know, bud. I mean, I don't share that same level of scepticism. I think he can do that again. He's had a bit of a poor start to the season, though, but he's been playing out of position. I think he can do that again. But there are a lot of people that think that he's just got this big money contract and now he's not going to do anything. There's a storm of brewing. Saudi window closes 7 days after England. That's interesting, lad. I think he's getting the 17, J.U. Son, by the seams of it. Fred's number. Pelistri goes, Ten Hag's a knob. Who's buying his old player? Surely Pelistri's not going anyway. He's too good. If Pelistri goes, it's a shambles. Pelistri out on loan is one thing. I mean, look, there's a few players that are ahead of Pelistri right now, but I'd definitely keep him around this season because he looks like a real talent. And what else are we going to do? It's pathetic. Yeah. No more Ashley up front or Bruno on the ring. Spot on, Mounts. Let's start playing players where they actually are best. That's true, DJ Superfly. I mean, I have to admit they don't care that much, but I think it disrupts the teams in the league a little bit. I suppose it's not as important as the player windows, though. But yeah, good point, actually. They do. I mean, like Jose Mourinho said, if I get sacked, I get a load of money, and then I go and get another job where I get a load of money. He literally said something. I'm ad-libbing a little bit, but he said something along those lines. And it's true. These managers, if they get sacked, they just get the remainder of their contract paid. They get a huge payoff, and then they just go get another job. So, yes, it's not a bad thing that they get sacked from that point of view. Enigma Owl, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. Come on, guys, get some love hearts in there. Get your favourite emoji in there for Mr. Enigma Owl, who has become a member. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, mate. New member, Enigma Owl. Welcome in there, lad. Thanks so much for re-upping your membership there. That's awesome, bro. Get in there. I think he's been a member for like 6 months now, or at least a few months. But thank you for re-upping your membership there, bro. That's very, very kind. Yeah, lad. Let's go. Done and dusted. Get it in there. Nice one. Anyway, I'm going to read a couple more comments out, guys. Then we'll wrap this video up. It's a slow news day for United. We'll be back on at 10 p.m. tonight. I'm not done with FIFA streams, just taking a break from them D-Money at the moment. But we'll be back on at the start of September, lad, after the transfer window's finished. Just want to be around to cover any breaking transfer news and also do the 2 transfer videos a day, uninhibited, lad. So we'll see. Thank you, JU-san. But no, the FIFA's coming back, don't worry. And then obviously there's a new game out like end of September, so we'll be getting bang on that when that's back. Tommy Boyle, better late than never, you legend. How you doing today, mate? Good to see you. We are actually just wrapping up the stream now, but good to see you though, bud. I hope you're well today. Exactly. Pellistri looks the tits at this moment. No, we couldn't, Matthew Smith. I don't think we can, Matthew Smith. No, he's just shite. It's cheaper to change the manager than change the team. Yeah, true. GTA as well at some point, Ryan. You know it, lad. Yeah, at some point. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, everyone, for getting in here. I agree, must play. Better to keep it at this moment in time, lad. No, I don't know, Trey T. Sancho's had a lot of opportunities as well, bud. Definitely. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, guys. I'm going to wrap this stream up right here, but make sure you smash that like button after it's finished. Come back afterwards, get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed in this video. Come back and have your say on who you'd like to see Manchester United sign for the remainder of this window and who we'd like to sell. Get your thoughts in afterwards. Thanks to everyone who's got involved with the stream today and chatted with me. That's the afternoon show. Yes, indeed, Rajat. We'll be back at 10 p.m. tonight with the latest Man United news, so come and join us for that. Click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications, click the like on the video. Start of September, Joshua Whitfield, lad. And we will absolutely be seeing you at 10 p.m. tonight for the United news. That's it from me, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, follow us on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. All the links are in the description down below. Have your opinions in afterwards in the not live comments, and you stay classy and have a great evening, guys. Back on tonight with the latest United news. See you at 10 o'clock. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.